Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? It's me, Jeremy Alexander Newsome with Real Life Trading Cam. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. Here's the SPY. Not that much happening today. The overall broader markets, it's really easy to sum these things up. Trend is bullish. If you're already not in bullish, you're missing the boat. The party's pretty much over. The chips are mostly gone. The salsa's mostly gone. There's like 2 Bud Lights left in the fridge. Get in and get out quickly if you're coming to the party, because it's very high, all-time high again yesterday. Very strong bullish gap, if I do say so myself, and I do because I just did. Very strong gap on the SPY. She'll keep going higher, and when she does dip, buy the dip. Q's inside day candle, buy the dip, looking good. IWM sideways, pulling into the 10, stair-step pattern, buy the dip on IWM, and then the Dow Jones ETF, new all-time high again today. We're crushing it. Bull city, bullish market, it's happening, it's the thing. A lot of stocks to look at today. Let's go look at your requests. Boeing, all-time high again today. Very nice, new white soldier, bullish candle yesterday. Again, if you are taking any bullish trades at this point, most of them are probably shorter term on whatever trade you're taking. Here's kind of like that little pennant, small triangle looking thing. It broke out, retested a little bit yesterday. If you come in here to the hourly chart, it's just been trading sideways for a while on Boeing. But you'll see with all of these white candles in a row on an hourly chart, it makes sense that Boeing would have snapped it back earlier today and then bounced. So yes, most of the trades we're going to be looking at are bullish. But again, just longer term, if you're in some stuff, if you're already in them, great, keep holding. But if you're not in some bullish positions right now, my only thought is just be in them quickly, quick swing trades, in and out, move on, make your money, and then call it a day. Because at this point, I mean, some of these stocks are just, it's almost comical what they're doing. And it's extraordinary. So Boeing, I mean, wow, crushing it. Here's HBM, and HBM, which is Hudbay Minerals. Don't know what the stock does. Here's a weekly chart. We're really trading pretty sideways, so it's pretty choppy. Support resistance here at about 725, so we are above that. It appears that we kind of broke above that resistance, and we've retested it as old resistance, new support. So kind of something like this right here. Yep, so we broke out of that, traded to an obvious resistance, pulled back. That would have been the buying opportunity as old resistance became new support. Here's the daily chart. And the daily chart, let me kind of zoom in here. Nice one white soldier candle right here on the 28th of September. So if you're already in on this one, cool. I would give it a time frame and say it needs to close above 822 and soon in order for it to continue its bullishness. MGM, we did get triggered into MGM bullish yesterday as it bounces or potentially bounces off of this support down here, and also potentially the 200 simple moving average on the daily. Don't know if the trade will work. Earnings is about a month away. Hopefully if it bounces, if it does, it is generosity month at Real Life Trading. I will find some way or some avenue to donate any of those winnings from MGM Resorts. Again, most of the gap down and all that stuff occurring from the tragedy that happened a few weeks ago. But anyway, overall, I mean, it's a good buy low, sell high location. Money is just a tool. Let's use it to enrich lives. That's MGM. Baba cranking it out. New all-time highs again today. A lot of traders making some solid change on Baba. Next pausing grounds will be about 195. Now, I'm not saying it's just going to go straight up until 195, but once it hits 195, personally, I'm going to just step back on Baba and say, all right, let's see what happens on earnings. If it happens, if it hits there before earnings, which it probably will. But again, really good trade. If you look at this hourly chart, I mean, the hourly chart is just so crisp, so clean, so fresh and so clean. Bouncing off the 50, bouncing off the 20, bouncing off the 20, bouncing off the 20, bouncing off the 10, bouncing off the 10. Baba, strong bullish trend, buy the dip. That one's pretty easy. Amazon. So Amazon is at a shorter term resistance. Had an amazing and very immaculate bullish gap and go off of this obvious support level. That was the time to get in bullish on Amazon. Right now we're out of resistance. Today was an inside day candle. There's also a big resistance at 1012. Kind of interested to see what happens on Amazon. I don't have any trade on it right now. Earnings are about 2 weeks away. What does it do? Probably something like this. Just my guess. If you're in Amazon bullish, it's probably more bullish to neutral right now because we are and kind of have been trading sideways. Now, the other day it had an amazing bullish gap right there. Oh my gosh, such a good bullish gap on Amazon. And anyway, we're trading sideways right now. Here's your long-term moving averages. If you're in, probably bullish to neutral with bull put spreads, or if you're in shares, if you have enough to do covered calls, maybe doing some covered calls. If you have longer-term leaps, probably have some calls against there. 10-12 is a big resistance. Interesting to see what happens. If we break through that resistance, we might form some kind of big double bottom pattern, but we'll see with earnings coming around the corner. Speaking of beautiful gaps, PayPal, oh my goodness, what an amazing trade. A one-winged bat carrying a cinder block could have taken PayPal bullish today. Just a phenomenal bullish gap and go, all-time high. Here's the 5-minute chart. Look at this. I mean, you had like 30 minutes to take PayPal bullish. Entry here, stop here. First 5-minute candle was a high wave candle. Next candle was an inside candle, then another one, then another one, then another inside day candle, then it broke out, then it actually retested. I mean, you had an hour to get into PayPal. And could have moved up the stop to here. These candles had the exact same low. If you didn't get in there, entry could have been there, stock could have been there. Anyway, PayPal, oh my goodness, so good. We traded Visa in the morning day trading room today, and this is also very similar to PayPal, just a gorgeous gap. Right above the wick from, what day is that? Monday, right above this bearish inside day candle, bullish gap and go. Here's the 5-minute chart on Visa. Here's the pre-market highs. And the pre-market highs, this one was an interesting one. It was a strong gap, but a lot of traders wanted it to wait for it to break above pre-market high, buy the retest, which we did, stop down here or down here, and got trailed out up here for a gain, right about an R. So Visa, solid gap, nice looking stuff. Let's go look at Priceline, took some PCLN. Priceline.com, PCLN. Earnings about a month away. Very interesting that Priceline closed above this resistance. Very, very interesting. Boom, boom. This was a strong bearish gap action. Very strong gap and go, trade lower, kind of like a double bottom kind of pattern. And the fact that we closed above that neckline looks kind of a big deal to me. So I would say if Priceline pulls back to 1080, I think it's a buyable event. And if not, if we start making higher highs and higher lows, again, the fact that we close above this resistance right there looks solid. Facebook, ticker symbol FB, up today. My good buddy Dean Chance has a put sale expiring Friday. Right now it's just hanging out. Earnings are chilling. I would love for it to keep trading sideways into earnings and then gap up on earnings like it normally does. I don't know if that'll happen. We got about half a month until earnings. So if we can stay below 174.53, 174.73 on earnings, and then we gap up above here on earnings, Facebook will be a $200 stock very soon, and then even higher. Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, long term, I'm very, very bullish on this stock. They own like 80% of the world's internet traffic and population, not including Netflix. So Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, it's all Facebook, all ticker symbol FB. Buy the dip, long term, be bullish on Facebook. Tesla, I also love this stock, TSLA. Tesla had a one white soldier candle yesterday after following a one black crow the day before. Few traders looking at buying this off the 100 simple moving average, and it kind of pulled back a little bit today. Expecting Tesla to slowly but surely creep higher into 387, and then earnings are about 2 weeks away. Here's the daily chart. Moving average is a little sideways, but the weekly chart looks pretty good. Weekly, so far we have an inside week, which if we close that way tomorrow and Friday, and then of course if Tesla breaks higher, I do think she slowly continues higher, and long term it's really, really hard to be bearish on Elon Musk. NKD, a lot of people looking at this particular trade. Yeah, it moved quickly, a lot of volume came in, a lot of retest gaps. I know it was a gap and go just yesterday. It did not move higher. Buy the dip, you can't short it, it's hard to borrow, and if it's hard to borrow, people are going to have a hard time shorting it. Therefore, if you can't short it, it might be difficult for this one to go down. Very speculative trade, of course, but hey, if you know how to mitigate risk, you had a bunch of retest gaps in here, a bunch of volume. if MNKD pulls back to one of these moving averages on the daily or the hourly, which it kind of did today, made its way down below the 50, but if you turn the extended hours off, it'll be almost at the 50. So maybe pull back into 470 could be a buying opportunity, but if you go into MNKD, just know it's a speculative trade, have your risk and mitigate it. HMNY up massive today. Guess what type of gap this was? White candle, gapping up, retest gap. I can do this all day, and we do. Look at this retest on HMNY. What? Oh my goodness. Trade goes up. Here's everyone selling for a profit, and here's them buying again. Retest, folks. This stuff works. It does. Trading is simple, just difficult. I got two left. Here's ticker symbol KO, Coke. And Coke on the last 2 days has been on a tear. You got a really strong bearish gap on the 27th of September. It bounced off of this very strong support. Let me show you the support at 44.47. So there's the support. It's safe to say we may or may not have been there before. So we trade into that support. It's Coke. You know how it trades. Buy the dip, be long. Once it closed above this bearish candle, that was all she wrote. Close above on the 4th. We retested the 100. One white soldier yesterday. Continuation higher today. Coke with this gap, with this bounce, already up 5% in the last 2 weeks. Pretty strong move on Coke. Be bullish on it. Why not? Shopify, ticker symbol SHOP. Shopify, if it gets down to 80, I'm a buyer. And until then, I'm just going to let it consolidate into here a little bit. Long term, definitely bullish on Shopify. But if it keeps trading sideways and it can break out of here, I will look and be excited about trading it bullish. I'd prefer to buy it at 80. But technically and fundamentally, long term, the trade and the stock still looks strong. Here's the weekly. Here's your exponential moving averages. Again, I'd love a pullback down to 80. Is it going to happen? Maybe, maybe not. But if it doesn't, I mean, buy the dip. Matt DeLong had himself a put sale on Shopify. A lot of traders have made some money on Shopify before. If you're not scared of owning shares, you could always look to buy a dip. And anyway, that's pretty much Shopify. Poll of the day for a Wednesday, spelled with an I. This was coming at you thanks to Mr. Robert up in Boise, Idaho. Which stock do you think hits $200 first? Netflix or Nvidia? Make sure to vote. Click that little button that just popped up out there on the YouTube video. Thank you so much for watching this free real-life stock review. Remember, I do take your request. All you have to do is post them in the comment section below. Email me, post them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. The social media stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, you rock, and I'll see you later. And until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade. See you on Friday. Bye.